Thank you, Wayne, again for reminding me to record. The last training was actually the first time I think in ever that I recorded without prompting from Wayne, so I appreciate it. But yeah, like I was saying, I hope you guys all got the email today from us at corporate. Twitter's reinstated our API and Facebook pages. So I mean, it's an incredible day. It's a joyous occasion. Just to remind you guys, going forward, Stage is going to be a little bit more strict with the guidelines in terms of following and unfollowing, like the email from Hayden said. And just make sure going forward that we're a little bit more stringent in our regulations, because prior to this happening, we sort of left the freedom in the hands of the users, and I need to emphasize that 99.999% of the users were doing the exact correct thing and everything was hunky-dory. But we did have some people exploiting the freedom, and then as a result of that, that's what got us in a little bit of hot water. But everything's sort of back to normal now. We're just going to be a little bit more careful going forward, and that'll work out to be better for our users as well as Stage as a company. So again, thank you for your patience. Greatly appreciate it. And you all were magnificent over this past week. Okay, so let's get into training. Like I said, we're going to talk about Jotform. If you're not using Jotform yet, I advise you check it out. It's a great way that you or I as a marketer can interact or garner information from the people. So Jotform, I'll write this. Well, we're actually going to go to it right now, so I'll show you right now, Lisa. So Jotform is simply jotform.com. And it effectively enables you to put like an email contact sort of form directly onto your campaign. And the good thing about that, obviously, is that once you get someone's contact information, you can reach out to them, build up a relationship, and then hopefully through extension of that relationship get some conversions. So I thought we'd start off today just by showing you a campaign that I booked specifically for the training today. It's literally just one of the training pre-made templates. But I populated it obviously with the Taylor Swift video because that's my bae, that's my girl, and when I find her, she's gonna be my wife. But don't tell my current wife that. Anyway, so here we are. We're on this pre-made campaign. I assume this is what a lot of people's campaigns look like. It's certainly what a lot of mine look like sort of you've got related videos, you've got banners, you've got a bio. You chop and change a few of those, and this is effectively what most people's campaigns are going to look like. Now, as a viewer, you might look at this and think, well, this is great, but the only way that you can get a conversion from this page is if someone clicks on a banner, which obviously is, there's a likelihood that they might do that. But a really great way to sort of build up that relationship is to have a form. And so I'll show you guys how to do that. There's two different ways that we can install the form onto the page. It's through the form, sort of the open code widget, which is in the campaign builder, and also through the Lightbox. We went over Lightbox in the advanced training on Sunday, and we've also put a video out about that. So hopefully you've all seen it. And this is sort of a way that you can use Jotform to get into get Jotform into both of those areas. So anyway, let's start off by going to Jotform, because this is the groundwork that you'll need to set up. So if I head up to my Jotform account here, again, you don't need an account. Like, I'm not logged in or signed up. It tracks your use of it. So you can see here I've got quite a few different ones. I've got, so you can use it for anything. Like I made a campaign for a friend of mine who's a tattooist. His form says want to get tattooed, and the person just leaves their name and mobile number. So, you can use it for that, or alternatively, want more information about Stage. And that's a way that someone can, see what you're doing with your campaign and want to get involved in that. So let's just start off completely fresh with a blank slate and head over to create form. Ross George has just re-entered the equation, ladies and gentlemen. His phone call at the start sort of knocked me off my stride, but he's back in the mix. Here he is. Anyway, let's get started with a blank form. Cool. Okay, so I like to liken Jotform. I like to what our campaign builder is effectively drag and drop. You start off with a pretty blank template, and from there you can move things around how you see fit. So let's assume today that I'm going to be creating a, let's just say I'm making a staged jot form. So what I'm going to do, obviously, the first thing is I'm going to add a heading. So again, you just click on heading, and you drag that across, and there you have it. And so we're going to edit the text, and it's going to be want to learn about staged. Cool. And so that's going to be our title, and then we're going to add, you know, over here you see there's like numerous form tools. You can also have quick tools. The quick tools are sort of like, again, they're almost like miniature templates that you can just slide across. So you could slide across full name, and then you could slide across email address. If you wanted, you know, to be a little bit more creative with it, you can actually make the text box yourself. So you can slide that across, and I could say like favorite color or something of that nature, you know. So you can get as creative with it as you want. But I'll get rid of that because I don't really care about people's favorite color. Well, not in this particular jot form anyway. But let's so you know, that sort of looks good. That's got full name, it's got the email address. Those are kind of the things I want to know. So what we're going to do from here, after we've sort of got the parameters that we want loaded onto the form, we're going to go up to the designer, and this is going to give us a little bit more creativity. Okay, so we have to obviously enter our email first that we want the email to go to. There we go. But I'll show you how to do that in a bit, and we'll head up to the designer. So here we are. We're in sort of the creative hub of Jotform. Through here, you can, you know, edit the background. You can change the color. You can upload an image to the background. But all I'm going to show you guys how to do today is to actually change the width of it, because obviously to fit into that, let me get rid of this. To fit into the sidebar of the campaign builder, it needs to fit into some width parameters, which is 300 pixels. So we want to make sure that our form is 300 pixels wide. So we'll go to our form layout, and we'll see here we have form width. So again, we're in the designer, and we go form layout, form width, and we're just going to change that to 300. And that looks good to me. Nice and narrow. It's going to fit within the parameters of the campaign. And from there, because I like it, I like the way it looks, we'll go save. And again, you can change and manipulate anything in here. You can, you know, change the color of the boxes, change the color of the text. But for now, I think that's good. And I'll head back to our builder. So you can see we're presented with a more narrow jot form than what we had before we went into the designer. So we're going to push on ahead and quickly add a destination email. And you'll see I did that before, but I'm going to quickly go through this again with you guys. So we're going to add a new email, and we're going to go notifier. So the notifier is obviously when someone fills out the email, you'll actually get an email saying this person filled out the information, here is the information, and then from there it's on you to reach out to them. So we'll just hit next. And down here, you'll see I've got mine preloaded, obviously, because I've used Jotform before, but you just need to enter your email here. So it's going to take you to kind of like a postcard type of screen, I suppose, and you just want to enter your email on the bottom right. So if you're ross@gmail.com, you know, that's how you do that. So that would just be cool. And so we hit next, and then we hit finish. And so here we have effectively our completed form. We can put this onto our campaign. It's ready to go. And there's two different ways we can put this onto our, it's awesome, Lisa. You'll have a lot of fun playing around with it. And when you get actually into the designer as well, you'll have a lot of fun with that as well, playing with the transparency and the colors and everything, because you can create a form that in a design sense ties closely with your campaign. And so it's not just sort of like white like mine is, but you'll get into that a bit later. But anyway, like I said, there's two ways that you can actually get this form. Stacey knows. We've had in-depth conversations about Jotform before. So when you want to get this onto your campaign, there's two different ways you can do it. It's obviously to get it on the open code widget on the sidebar, and you just have it sitting there by the video. So we'll start off with that. So we see here we have my training campaign. Aside from the fact it doesn't have a form, it looks great. So what I'm going to do now is quickly add this form on there. So I'm just going to, there we go. Awesome. I'm going to click obviously the form one. So again, widgets, The yellow/orangey color denotes the right bar, and we've added the form. And all we're going to do now, so we need to edit the widget obviously, but we need to grab the code from Jotform. So we'll head back over here and we'll click on source code. And this is our source code, and this is all we're going to do to drag it across and put it onto our campaign. So we're going to copy that. So again, just copy that code here, come back over to our campaign. We're going to click on the edit on the form widget. We're going to paste it. And there you have it. That's our new form. When someone's used my Taylor Swift video, we'll head over to the live version. When someone views my Taylor Swift video, they're going to see like, hey, you know, this guy obviously, he's got something good going with stage. I want to know more about it. And he'll fill out his information, and obviously I'll be able to get in touch. So that's one of the ways that you can implement the open form. Obviously, if you've got a little bit more of a niche going on with your campaign, you know, you might be with a company like Vima, and you might say, you know, want to learn more about Vima, or you might, you know, I think it's who is it that has shaving oil again? Avery, that's right. Avery has his own brand of shaving oil. So, you know, he might have a form here that says, you know, want to get the best shave you've ever had, put in your information here. And so there's, you know, a lot of ways that you can use an open form to garner information. And the second way that I can show you how to do that on the campaign builder is actually to do it through Lightbox. So like I said, we went through this on our advanced training, but now that you guys know how to use Jotform, I can actually show you how to do it using the Lightbox today. So what we'll do is we'll come back into our campaign builder. We'll get rid of this one because we don't want two forms on the same page. And what we're going to do this time is we're going to go back up into widgets. We're going to slide all the way across here, and we're going to show the Lightbox. So again, green denotes video. Lightbox, although it doesn't appear over the top of the video, it is still a video-based widget. So we're going to click Lightbox and bring that up. Cool. All right, so here it is. We've got it here again. You know, we can edit with a little pencil, but we actually need to grab the code for that first. Cool. So again, we're going to head over to Jotform, and again, we've got our form here. This is a little bit different in the way that we embed it onto our campaign, and we're going to go up to source code again, but instead of taking this script, we're going to go embed options. So again, we're going to go source code, embed options, and then we're going to click on iframe. So iframe, it's effectively a different type of code which works specifically with the Lightbox. So remember, even though there's one that says Lightbox here, we want to make sure we're clicking on iframe. So iframe, 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 and we're just going to grab this. Again, we'll just copy all of that, copy that across. And again, we'll go into our Lightbox, we'll edit it. Instead of doing a banner, we're going to do custom HTML. And we're going to insert that code there, and I'll have no glow. Cool, and that's done. Now I've got a Lightbox on my active stage campaign that has a form embedded in the Lightbox. So if I slide up here, Bob's your uncle, there's the form as they try to leave, and it's sort of like a last chance saloon at getting some value out of the person who's been looking at your campaign. And that sort of wraps up Jotform in a nutshell. I know that all of you will hopefully get onto Jotform after this, and if you haven't played around with it already, you know, get amongst it. It is like Stacey said, it's fun and addictive to use, and when you get into the designing it and making it compatible visually with your campaign, it can be a real blast. So guys, we're going to open it up as we usually do for a Q&A. Does the Lightbox work on a mobile device? I don't think it does, to be honest. Cheers, Wayne. I don't think it does, because obviously on a mobile device, for it to pop up, it would have to just pop up as soon as you click on the back button, and I don't know if the campaign can take like proprietary control of a mobile device. But that's a great question, Dan. I'll definitely investigate that for you. viewer 5, is this where you would create other videos section? I don't know. Are you referencing, let me just head on back into the builder. Are you referencing check out my other videos? Because you would obviously create, you know, cool. Okay, so to create, you know, a my other videos section, all you'd need to do is add the widget for my other videos, and then that would, oh, that's gone to the side, so I need to do. Sorry, let me just do that again. My other videos, and you'd do obviously the main one, and then that's how you get the my other videos thing. There is that the question you were asking? I'm not sure exactly what you Okay, cool. So
that's nothing to do with Jotform.
No.
That's completely separate functionality. And basically, Bryn's right in that you basically just add the widget, but then what you have to do is decide which videos are going to be displayed. You know, it's not necessarily related videos. It could be a get to know me, and you have 3 completely random videos that are your favorite there. And the way that you dictate which videos are in that widget is through something called the stage group management. So if you head to your stages, Bryn, there's a tab in the middle that says stage group management. So here we go, my stages, and we can create groups here, and we decide which videos we put into those groups. And we have a 6-minute training video that Bryn and I filmed last week, which will take you through step by step and how to actually decide which videos are in there. So we will repost that on the Facebook user group, just as a reminder, because I think that will be helpful for you.
So viewer 5, we'll put that on the group page for you now. What about driving Facebook likes in a more prominent fashion?
One question at a time. Let's go with so what about driving Facebook likes? Well, Facebook is more difficult in the sense that you don't have a Facebook builder like you have a Twitter builder.
It's not about following and unfollowing with Facebook.
It's not. What you want to do with Facebook is firstly content. Content is the most important thing on Facebook, without a doubt. And luckily, with the update that comes through today, we will actually be able to have the StageBot auto-posting content to fan pages, which is a massive advancement, and I'm excited about it. Through hashtags is another important way of generating traffic through Facebook. But other than that, it's pretty much a case of inviting your friends and getting your friends to invite their friends, and so on and so forth. We don't have a Facebook builder.
The growth on Facebook is going to have to be a lot more organic. It's a lot more harder to obtain. But over time, it does have, I think, a more of a residual effect where as it grows, it'll start showing up on more people's timeline. And then, you know, once it's showing up on timelines, then it's just a matter of time before it blows up.
Yeah. Does Jotform collect leads or just inform you? I'm not entirely sure what the difference is. That you know, a lead is somebody that's responded to the form. That's how I see it. I might be wrong, but Jotform also has incorporated it into it as an autoresponder. So if somebody does fill in your form, you can set up a template that automatically fires back to them. Thank you very much. Check out this video, or whatever it might be. So yeah, Brian, definitely, like there's an autoresponder feature involved in Jotform. I think for the free version of Jotform, you can have 100 responses a month. Which would be a great return on leads, but if it gets to the point where you're getting more than 100 responses a month, I think there's a cost attached to it. So just maybe take a look at that.
Upgrade your service with Jotform. Great question though. Can you go over how to repost tweets on Twitter?
I didn't see that question, but viewer 5, yeah, we can't wait for the Facebook fan pages to come. I think next 24 hours you're going to see that functionality.
Oh, Dan Hunt's just asked me specifically.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so Dan Hunt asked, can you go over how to repost tweets on Twitter? So do you mean actually logging into Twitter and reposting a tweet, or do you mean, you know, reposting a campaign?
No, I think it's, so for example, while the Twitter builder's been down, all of those posts that the bot was scheduled to do, they didn't actually go out to Twitter.
Yes. So Hayden mentioned it in the email.
So that's what I want you to show is if you go to the stages and show people how to actually post that content to Twitter now.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we'll head over to my stages again, and these are all obviously stages that have gone out, but they haven't been posting live over the past few days as a result of, the Twitter API being down. So there's a few different ways that we can do it. Primarily, what I tend to do is I would click on the campaign itself. So this is
On the stage itself.
Sorry, the stage itself. And I would, this is Wii U Mario Kart 8. That sounds like a good one. And all you would do from here is auto post to social. You click that. Again, you can edit hashtags, insert keywords, and then you would just update the stage. And
so if you saw the little prompt that you got there, it said you must wait 24 hours. So you can't repost the same stage to the same Twitter account over and over again, because that would be somewhat spammy.
So if I had scrolled down further in my list, prior to 24 hours from now, obviously, exactly, Wayne. Make sure it's over 24 hours old. Then that's gonna automatically repost, and that's effectively how you do it. I hope that answers the question, Dan.
You can also get the manual links as well. Something I always say to people is like, if you look on Bryn's screen right now, that vid.staged is just a live website basically. If he wanted to, he could just take that, copy and paste it to his Facebook, to his Twitter, to wherever he wanted. And I only do that if I'm really into the stage itself. So like, I've shown a couple of people on my Facebook the Saved by the Bell one, the Budweiser commercial, stuff that I'm genuinely into.
Yeah, you have a vested interest in.
I'll take that link and I'll post it to the place where I want people to see it.
Yeah. So it's going to require you, Dan, to be a little bit more hands-on over the next few days if you're going to want to repost some of the content. But like the email said, after this update comes out, awesome, thanks, Dan. After this update comes out, everything is going to be back online, and it's going to enable you to resume, I suppose, normal functions with Staged. Anyone have any more little questions for us while we're here? Stacey, anything to add?
I'm so thankful for everyone, having the patience that they had for the last week.
Yeah.
Can you imagine me and Bryn, all we do is stage. We've been tearing our hair out for the last few days, but we appreciate your patience, honestly. And I'm telling you, stuff like this is, as frustrating as it is, it's a good thing for the company, and it's a good thing for your experience as well, because we don't want to be vulnerable. We want to have a watertight company that is efficient at what it promises. So we won't let that happen again. And let's see this. We've got downtime. Give me time to make six Twitter accounts. For me, it took me probably maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks to get all my 25 Twitter accounts going. It was a long process, and since then, all I've focused on is just making sure that my campaigns look good. It's so much fun once you've got your Twitter accounts set up.
It's like I think it was Avery. Yeah, it was Avery on the user group page who made that post. He's going to use this time to really get on top of his campaigns, because once you get up and running, you sort of forget about your campaigns and you become obsessed with this idea of making sure you follow people and you're building your following. And as a result of that, sometimes your campaigns can suffer. I know mine definitely have.
Yeah, yours are terrible, mate.
Yeah, a few of mine are really bad, and I need the content that they're posting is good, but the actual design of the campaign in no way matches the Twitter account it's going out to. So I've been able to, over the past couple of days, obviously go back and revisit those, and tweak them a little bit. Yeah,
and I think if you want the full marketing experience, you have to have good-looking stages.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not just about having a following. I'd really encourage people to not even start thinking about sales or conversions until you're at 10, 20,000 followers. It's just, that's just the way it is, because it's natural that the higher you following, the more likely it is to get conversions.
Yeah, the more eyes on your product.
If your content is right, if your design is good, if your offers make sense to your fan base, all of this stuff comes like full circle. And I always say it, one thing that Stage can absolutely guarantee is that you're going to get traffic and you're going to get engagement. we cannot guarantee that you're going to get conversions because a lot of that depends on the quality of your offer and your marketing campaigns.
Yeah.
We just give you the ability to do it.
We'll get you into the dance club, but you've got to buy the hot girl a drink.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Cool. Your 5 asked again, what do you see as the quickest way to scale traffic to a specific site, and how do you do geographically focused campaigns?
So geographic stuff is coming back soon. We did have that functionality, but we had to tweak it, and that'll be coming back soon. What you can do, Bryn found out a really clever workaround, which is, when you're building by niche, if you were looking at something like Las Vegas and that was where you wanted to focus your traffic, don't necessarily go for Caesar's Palace that will obviously have a global audience. Maybe look at something like the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce, where you can pretty much make the assumption that everyone that is following that has some level of locality with Vegas. So there are ways to do it just by guessing on accounts, but eventually we will have a target by location feature.
Yeah, that's going to come back.
And to scale the traffic is like, you just want to filter people to wherever you want them to end up, and you put that with your redirect URLs, you put it with good looking banners. We've driven, I think I've had 60,000 hits in the last couple of months on a website that before that had about 100 hits a month, so you can actually push traffic to wherever you want by using all the various call to actions and banners and stuff like that, really.
Yeah. I was thinking more of driving home improvement leads.
Cool. I have no doubt that that's possible with Staged. I have no doubt it might require a little bit of thinking. Everyone's business and motives are slightly different on Staged. That's why I love it. Whether it's network marketing or you have a small business or a carpet cleaning, whatever it might be, that you can figure it out. And if you can't, we can help you. That's what these trainings are all about.
Yeah, like that in regards to the workaround that, Ross was just talking about, like that's still a great idea for your specific idea. Because if you're showing people home improvement ideas or, home improvement type of material, and you're engaging the people that are within that city, should they have, I suppose, a need for home improvement, you're going to be prevalent in their mind because you're constantly putting content out there and you've built that following up based on people in that city. So I think it's a great idea. Ross had talked.
Hey Dan, yeah. So one thing that we're always working on is the improving the functionality of the Twitter builder and stuff. There's a lot of free programs out there at the moment. I'll send you a couple links in the chat actually. This is stuff that Hayden showed me and it just blew my mind. Basically, like you can have let's say that you're posting 10 staged videos a day to your Twitter account and that's all. What you can also do is say, actually also if it's in the fitness category, can you also retweet Men's Health magazine? Whenever they tweet, I want to retweet it. Or if I'm doing a mixed martial arts one, always retweet Dana White and the UFC. Whatever it is, there's very popular accounts. And what I like about that is it kind of dilutes the stage content and builds up a level of trust within your Twitter profile. So you might have like 10 videos, but you've probably got 20 tweets that are just text or images and stuff like that. So the way that you do it, there's plenty of different software out there. I know there's a free website called, I'm just going to put it here now. So it's iftpt.com, and I think that means if this then that.com. So if Dana White tweets, then retweet on this account. So you can, like I said, really, it's kind of almost like steroids for your Twitter account. It's like the staged content is great, but then you can really just muscle them up a little bit with other stuff. So check out that site. I think it's really cool. And then if you have no luck with that, send me a message and I'll figure something else out.
Awesome. So I suppose that concludes training for this Friday afternoon. Good job, Dan. Awesome. Okay, so again, guys, thank you so much for your patience over this week. We really, really appreciate it. You're a beautiful bunch of people. We love you dearly. The next training takes place on Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It is advanced. So we'll think up some great content for that training over the next couple of days and try and stump Wayne
And in the meantime, guys, just have fun and explore. Don't be afraid to go on Jotform and make the worst looking Jotform in the world, because that's what we were doing literally last week.
Yeah, definitely.
We've done some terrible things. So
yeah, and it's tools like Jotform that people in our user group just stumble across, and then they become used by the entire user group. So
anything you find, let us know, and we'll look into it for sure.
Yeah, like Ross said, explore, get out there.
And everyone's been saying bye for the last 5 minutes. We should probably just.
Okay.
All right, guys. Have a good weekend.
Go listen to some Taylor Swift.
All right. See you later.
All right. See you guys. Bye bye.